So, you've probably heard about the Dalgona Candy Challenge. Well, what is it about? Dalgona candy is a Korean street food that was popular during the 70s and the 80s and has recently become viral again due to people recreating the challenge, oftentimes on TikTok. The challenge includes having to carve out the shape out of the candy without breaking the shape itself. If you're like me, you probably tried recreating the challenge too. And after many tries, I have finally cracked the recipe on how to make the ultimate dalgona candy. Stay tuned until the end to see me actually doing the challenge. You will need sugar, baking soda, cookie cutters of your desired shape, a pan or a ladle, whatever floats your boat. I'll be using a pan for this one, a silicone mat or parchment paper, whichever one you have, something flat to press your cookie later on. I'll be using a mug because of its flat surface underneath. And finally, a stick to stir the sugar. Step 1 is to put sugar in the pan. The amount depends on how big you want your candy to be. Turn on your stove and we move on to the next step, which is melting the sugar. Make sure that the stove's on low heat so the sugar won't burn. Stir the sugar regularly with the stick every few seconds until it turns clear or has a pale yellow tint to it. Add a pinch of baking soda onto the melted sugar in order to thicken the mix and make it more light and airy. Once the mix has turned golden brown, turn off the stove and transfer the mix onto your silicone mat or parchment paper. Flatten it using the object of your choice and stamp the shape onto the candy using your cookie cutter. Remove the cookie cutter and voila! I also made 2 more candies with different shapes. And the moment you've been waiting for, the actual challenge. I started off with the circle and used a needle to scrape at the edges first. After a few minutes passed, I started to remove the edges by hand and I got the circle out with no cracks. The next shape was tougher since there were more curves, but I got the shape out eventually. And for the heart, I saw I was doing well until I didn't take out the whole shape. Now that you've learned how to make dalgona candy, I hope you enjoyed and now you can do the challenge with your friends or family. Thank you all for watching and remember to not crack the candy like I did.